Welcome back to GOAT Stadiums. After 909 days of cranes, concrete, dust, noise, and blueprints, the Spotify Camp Nou has officially reopened its gates. And today we're diving into what really made that return possible. From structural changes to interior upgrades and match-day-ready fixes, we're breaking down every key step. Stick around. This is one update you'll want to see. Saturday, November 22nd, 2025, became more than just another match day. It became a historic homecoming. After 909 days away, FC Barcelona finally stepped back onto the pitch at the Spotify Camp Nou, and they did it in style. A roaring crowd witnessed a dominant 4-0 victory over Athletic Bilbao, a performance that felt like a message to the entire football world. Barca are back. Hansi Flick summed it up simply: the perfect day. But the moment that defined the night came from Robert Lewandowski. Standing on the grass of the rebuilt stadium, he said, "Today was a special day, not only for me, but for everyone. I'm very happy that I could score the first goal coming back to Camp Nou." His emotion, visible, raw, and proud, perfectly captured the meaning of the club's long-awaited return. A new beginning built on 909 days of patience, construction, and unwavering belief. The first big visual of the week is the completely transformed parking lot. Every inch is now covered in fresh concrete, giving the whole space a clean, unified look for the first time. Around the entrance, crews have been installing new panels day after day. Moving into the VIP and first stand areas, the progress is clear, but still very much mid-construction. Behind the concrete and metal framing, the first level stands continue to advance, shaped by the realities of the club's tight budgeting and the need to finalize billing for the new VIP seats. Strong winds didn't make things easy this week, blowing dust and debris through the work zones. Still, the first Nella VIP section looks cleaner and more defined, with steel frames going up and high-quality precast concrete partitions being installed to shape the new premium spaces. Up in the higher levels, the work between the second and third Mirador tiers has taken another noticeable step. New structural beams have been placed to support future glass layers and glass door openings, creating the pathways fans will eventually walk through. A large portion of the third tier is already in place, and the recently added barriers near the goal area help define the section. Still, the presenter can't hide his concern about playing, while so much of this infrastructure remains unfinished, worrying about how matchday rhythm might be affected. Inside the stadium, the focus has shifted to making sure the players have everything they need for a flawless return. The showers and pools in the locker rooms are being thoroughly tested. Workers check the water temperature, look for leaks, and even hunt for glass fragments or debris left over from construction. It's all about eliminating any risk before kickoff. Even the janitors play a part, coordinating sweeping techniques on the field area, making sure the surface is spotless and safe after such an intense week of work. Out on the central concrete zone of the field, waterproofing has already been applied across the area that received its latest concrete pour. The layer is clearly visible, and workers have left a small pile of earth nearby, likely connected to the concrete mixing or leveling process, though nothing is confirmed. With almost no workers on site late in the afternoon, the pace feels slow and cautious. Still, this waterproofing marks a key step towards stabilizing the ground ahead of the final matchday preparations. Inside the seating bowl, new nets have gone up in the lower viewing areas, including an additional one in section 0.5. The fencing around parts of the stadium exterior is nearly gone, revealing cleaner sightlines and hinting that certain zones are close to completion. Security cameras and barriers are already in place and functioning. What really stands out, though, is the lighting. With all interior lights running at full strength, the stadium feels alive again. Even the presenter calls the first stand area a real beauty, especially now that the seating layout is becoming more visible. Outside, the atmosphere turns more operational. Media trucks have arrived and are busy setting up communication gear ahead of full coverage for the big return. The cold is still intense. Meanwhile, the north goal remains completely closed, blocked off with barriers. Earlier in the day there was a delay, possibly linked to the heavy wind or weather. But signage is now installed, including temporary signs that look ready for match day. It's one of those zones that still feels unfinished but controlled. Around the exterior, work continues on the commercial areas. The Barcelona cafe and the adjacent store now have metal structures in place, along with reinforcements for the walls. Concrete layers have been added to strengthen the precast block sections. By the north goal, machinery and lifting platforms are stored inside the work zone, ready for upcoming tasks. Entrance K has taken shape with a full stretch of new concrete and a row of platforms positioned beneath the corner cover. Formwork panels around this zone show how the upper ground level is gradually rising. This week at Camp Nou has been all about pushing the stadium to a match-ready state, despite the freezing temperatures and a clear slowdown in heavy construction. The parking lot reached full concrete coverage, entrance panels went up, and several VIP areas advanced with new steel frames and partitions. Inside, player facilities passed important tests, while the field's central zone received fresh waterproofing. Nets, lighting, and security setups are now in place, and the north goal remains restricted as work continues. Next week's update should reveal how the stadium handled its return to hosting fans. If you enjoyed this update, hit like and subscribe to GOAT Sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.